Are you ready for the main event? On the job, in the shop, and across your business. Whether you run a single machine or a fleet of hundreds, the next era of CAT quality is ready to roll. To help you win the bids, lower your costs, and grow your bottom line. With more innovations, more choices, and more solutions. Now, are you ready to see our products in action? Let's do the work.
Let's make some noise, Las Vegas. You guys ready? All right, now I want to introduce the real expert, my friend Chad Cremines. For those of you who don't know who he is, Chad is the Edwards Demonstration Center manager for CAT and runs many of the company's educational initiatives like these demos. He's going to explain what's happening in the dirt and share details about the latest and greatest tech we're seeing in action. Chad, welcome, buddy.
Buddy, I tell you what, I have missed you. It's been 3 years.
It's too long.
Too long, you know, and I write, I text, I call, I just, honestly, I started hanging outside your house. Your Tuesday 8 a.m. garbage pickup is very punctual, by the way.
It really is.
Yeah,
but not recycle, oddly enough. I don't know why.
But it's good to see you here again, and we are glad to see all these folks here at ConExpo 2023. So you're right. I work at the Edwards Demonstration Learning Center, and the operators you're going to see today, they also work at Caterpillar Demonstration Learning Centers. We have two from the Tanaha Hills Demonstration Learning Center, just south of Tucson. 4 from Edwards. We've also got another demo center in Malaga, Spain, and they've got equally as talented folks over there as well. And the demo centers, we focus on training, operator training. So if you want to learn more about that, go over in the northeast corner over there. We focus on machine demonstrations like you're going to see, and then obviously crazy marketing endeavors for Caterpillar. Basically, we got the best job around.
That is for sure. We are in good hands today. Is everybody ready to get started? There we go. Let's fire it up. So Chad, looking around Operator Stadium, there are a lot of different models. Can you tell me more about all these machine choices?
Yeah, you know, CAT customers, they're doing a lot of crazy things out there. Anything from waste to industrial, scrap, moving dirt, you know, moving coal, aggregates, all kinds of stuff. So we have to provide choices because, you know, they're doing a lot of unique things. What our medium wheel loader group has done, and I really do love it, they provide choices even in the same model lineup. So for example, you can get a medium wheel loader all in the same size class. You can get a GC, which is, you know, basically your standard model, easy to operate, easy to own kind of a situation. And then you can get the more traditional machine, which is your tried and true performance model medium wheel loader. Or you can jump up to this fella right here, the 982XE. The XE model is absolutely the creme de la creme when it comes to the medium wheel loader division.
Now, Curtis, you're operating that 982XE. What's different about the new XE platform?
Well, Rut, one of the biggest features is the CVT transmission. It allows me to have 30 virtual gears. Depending on my job site, depending on what I'm doing, I can adjust this machine speed accordingly to where it helps me out with production, helps me out, keep me comfortable into this cab.
Yeah, absolutely. In addition to that, that CVT transmission, not only is it, you know, smooth and easy to operate for the operator themselves, so less operator input, if you will, but it also provides 35% more fuel efficiency and 25% lower maintenance cost as well, right?
That's a big deal. It adds up fast. Now, Curtis, I know there's a lot of technology in the 982. What's the most important element for operators like you in the field?
There is a lot of technology in here, Rut. Two of the biggest ones that I got is going to be auto set tires and auto dig. So we'll go with the auto set tires first. The auto set tires, as soon as I penetrate the pile, then it's going to pick up the bucket for me, allowing me to not spin my tires, keeping that tire wear down. And it's also going to put that pressure down there so I have more production. It's allowing me to get more power going into the face. And the other one's going to be the auto dig feature. I have 5 different settings for this auto dig. And the 6th setting is going to be the record function. So I can hit record on this on the monitor here, and it's going to record everything I do into this, going into the face here, into the pile. And then so every time, once I get done recording, every time I go into this pile, it's going to do it automatically, exactly what inputs I gave it.
Chad, it's so cool that these machines are thinking in that sort of way all the time.
Yeah, I tell you what, CAT does an amazing job of adding safety measures, technology measures, and the machines are doing things and we're not even sure they're doing it or don't even know why they're doing it, but I can guarantee you they're working behind the scenes as hard as we're working in front of the scenes. So for example, that 730, it's got CAT detect with stability assist. So basically, these machines are designed to work in incredibly unimproved surfaces, if you will.
Oh, that's a nice way to say that.
Yeah, I thought so too. And that means they're going to be in some really precarious situations. So there's a system inside there that is able to detect the stability of both the cab and the trailer. And when it reaches a certain angle, it's going to give that operator an audible alarm to kind of let him know you need to change your mode of operation. And actually, I could talk all day about that 730, but I'm going to lean on my good friend Steve Pope in the 730. So Steve, tell me some of the features about that 730.
Yeah, Chad, these machines are set for a stability assist, like you said, and also it's got assist for hoist. So what happens, like you've seen right now, I just push the button. My hands are no longer moving it. These operators run these for 8 to 10 hours a day, a lot of movements. Now it just takes away from the operator where he can actually not be so tired at the end of the day. These are easy machines to run. Like you say, they do a lot of different stuff.
Amazing. I love hearing about all CAT's new tech and the latest innovations. Does the 335 have any next-gen tech as well?
I tell you what, I'm going to lean on my friend Brian Kane in that 335. Brian, help him out there.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about this next-gen excavator. So they're loaded up with technology. We talked a little bit about payload. These machines have payload also. I can set a desired target if I would like to. I can set my thumb rollers up so I can actually select the truck. So the 730 that Steve's in there, I can select that truck. I can select a target so it already knows what that machine will hold. I can even do material density. So loaded up with a lot of technology. Standard features would be 2D grade, it would be payload, and we would have the fences to be able to set a swing fence or anything like that, Chad.
E-fence, you betcha, buddy. I get it. I totally get it. Absolutely. And the greatest part about what Brian's talking about right there is it's all available standard on that 335. And one thing CAT's done a great job, and specifically the Caterpillar Excavator Division, they've provided what we call APUs, or annual product updates. So basically, when you buy a machine now, no longer is it going to say 335D or 335C. It just simply says 335. And when you get that machine and you buy it fresh off the showroom floor, as they say, you are assured it has got the latest and greatest technologies, regardless what that may be. And for example, auto dig boost, auto heavy carry, auto payload, all these things that we can do. And the nice thing about this particular machine, that 335, it's got a really hefty undercarriage. It's similar to the 340 undercarriage. And Brian, that thing looks pretty big to me. How's it work for you, buddy?
Yeah, this is one of our largest compact radius machines, weighing in close to 80,000 pounds. This machine, with it being a compact radius, is going to be in many, many tight areas. That is going to give me the ability to have less tail swing. The boom's kind of shoved back on this machine a little bit, so that gives me that lifting ability that I need. And a sewer and water application, anything like that. Put that with those new features you talked about, the APUs. The good thing about those is those can be flashed onto some of your older machines also. We have what's on here is called lift assist. What that does for me as the operator, takes that digital load chart that used to be over here on my right hand side that I honestly could never really figure out what it said. And then that brings it right in here to my cabin. It tells me what I'm lifting, real-time weight, and what I need to do in case of an emergency, stick in, boom out, anything like that. If you would like to hear any more about these next-gen excavators, go over there and visit my my good friend, Mr. Ryan Neal and Mr. Brian Stelbrink, and they can let you know all about these things.
Chad, I love, coming from the car world, I love hearing how smart so many of these machines are. They're trying to put, that not only safety and technology in the hands of the operator. I want to check in on that 982. I want to know more about the load and the carry capabilities. Curtis, fill me in, buddy.
Yeah, right. With this load and carry system, it works off of the. It's got 2 accumulators in there. It's letting this bucket go up and down, leaving this, the ride control, the stability of it, and it's taking a lot of wear and tear off the operator as well. It's a great system.
Absolutely it is, and those seat-mounted controls, they just make it easy peasy for that operator. I'm not going to say that, it's the easiest job around, but it's not as uncomfortable as it used to be. Actually, and when it comes to load and haul, Caterpillar has recognized this industry for years and years, and we have an excellent product lineup when it does come to that load and haul. So, Rut, earlier I was talking about the Performance Handbook. So Caterpillar, all those tried and true customers out there, they know what the Caterpillar Performance Handbook is all about. Essentially, it's a great guide to help you understand what machine family, what load and haul system you want to use depending on how much material you're moving and what the distance is. And when it comes to that, when you're hauling material a long distance in the right environment, there's nothing better than a wheel tractor scraper. And actually, in 2020, Caterpillar reintroduced the 651 wheel tractor scraper. It's a behemoth of a machine, and it moves really fast. But don't let that fool you. It's incredibly intelligent. Sequence assist, load assist, payload, just like all these products here, and of course, Cat grade. And I think the best thing for me is, not only is it that smart, it's been around a long time. We've been doing this a while, Rut. And when it comes to the Wheel Tractor Scraper Group, in 1948 at ConExpo, Caterpillar introduced the DW21. And here's my favorite part about it. 75 years ago, and a good majority of the dealers that we currently have, we also had 75 years ago. Without our dealer network, we're no better than any other manufacturer out there, but we have 156 dealers, over 2,200 different store locations, Rut. I just love that stuff.
Amazing. How about a little love for all the dealers out there, huh?
Absolutely.
Appreciate y'all being here, being a part of this. Now, Cat is known for their big dozers. Is the D3 over there one of the smaller ones, Alex?
Yeah, absolutely, Rut. So this D3, it's a smaller dozer, but I tell you what, it's packed with some pretty big features. So a couple of them that I'm using right now, one of them is my favorite, is auto carry. So just like our big dozers, the D10s, the D11s, the D9s, this little dozer also has auto carry. So what that helps me do as an operator is maximize every single push I do with this dozer. So it helps me keep my undercarriage wear down, which is really important for the operating costs of this machine, but it also helps me be productive, right? I need to maximize the production of this machine. Sometimes I need to move some big dirt with a little machine. So auto carry really helps me get that done.
That's awesome. Now, I visited the technology hub right over there, and it's got Cat Command. I know you can remotely operate the D3 that's in Clayton, North Carolina. Can you tell me a little bit more about this technology?
Yep, Command is really cool. So just like you said, it lets you operate a machine remotely from really anywhere in the world, or especially in the same country. But what that's really for is it's not designed to remove the operator. It's not designed to do anything like that. It's designed to help those companies that need to get the job done when the task is just too dangerous to put an operator there. So if I'm using this dozer in a ship hold application, if I'm using this dozer next to a high wall where I don't want to put my operator in that harm's way, that's where Command can step in and let us get that job done, but make sure we're doing it in the safest and most productive manner.
Man, so cool. I know that the first machine Caterpillar released 98 years ago was the dozer, and John, now you're operating the world's first high drive electric dozer. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, well, so we released these a few years ago, but the electric drive high dozer, it definitely opens up a lot more controllability features. So One of my favorite things about this dozer, being electric drive, is it puts the power to the ground. So it puts it where I really want it the most. When you're sitting in a machine for 10, 12 hours a day, and it's doing everything you want it to do, it definitely makes a lot easier. It makes for a lot easier day. One of the other things that I really like about this is, we talked a little bit about that CVT transmission on that 982, but again, this electric drive machine, now I have the availability to select and really kind of identify the appropriate speeds for multiple applications. So I got 1/10 of a gears now, or we like to call them virtual gears, but it's just a speed setting pretty much on this machine that I can kind of fine tune and really pick the appropriate speed for performance on this machine. And when you're getting on slopes, you're starting to do a lot of slope work, you just have that much more controllability of this machine when you're getting in those hairy situations there, Rutledge.
That is so cool, Chad. There's just so much happening with all of these different machines. How is Caterpillar continuing to innovate for the future?
I think a great word you just used was continue. We've been innovating for a very, very, very long time. We've been building tractors for a long time. One of the greatest innovations we ever did way back in the day was the Common Rail fuel system. And that was a game changer for both the industry and obviously Caterpillar. Same with this D6. Mr. Hood talked about all those amazing features. But what it also provides is excellent fuel efficiency. And Caterpillar understands that. In the last handful of years, fuel's gone through the roof, and we recognize that. And in fact, we even give our customers the opportunity to use different types of fuels. So for example, HVO, hydro-treated vegetable oil. You can throw that in your machine. It's literally a point-blank displacement for diesel fuel in any Cat diesel engine. Over and above that, we give you the opportunity to use Cat reman parts, which saves money and obviously reduces waste. It's a great situation. And then, of course, every Cat product is built to be rebuilt. So we've got the opportunity to rebuild your machine, to bring it back to certified new type situation. For example, we've got a truck at Edwards that has a good old-fashioned C15 6NZ engine. For those folks that know what that is, it's a darn good engine. We've got that thing rebuilt, and she just snorts down the road, right?
Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Will, will you tell us a little bit about the Smart Grader blade in the 299?
You betcha, Rut. So here I got a GB124. It's a Smart Grader attachment for the D3 series. So this thing is the cat's meow. So with this thing, we got the hydraulic wings, we got it loaded up with 3D technology. But I'm up here on this bench, and I don't want to spill any dirt off down the hood there. I can control these hydraulic wings, create a box blade, and keep it from material from going off.
You know what else, Rut? Every D3 compact track loader or skid loader has that capability to interact with a smart attachment. So this advancement is absolutely beautiful. It recognizes a smart attachment, and the operator, like Will, for example, he's able to utilize the same two joysticks that he would use if he was just had a regular bucket on, but now he can manipulate that grader blade using those joysticks and the buttons and features on there. So it's a safer operation. He doesn't need to learn a new pattern per se. It works out absolutely beautiful. Smart attachments, my friend.
You know what's so cool to me, listening to Will and Alex talk, they were in the crowd in 2020 here watching the other demonstrators, and now they're here a part of it. I just can't get over that, man. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
It looks like Curtis has been getting some great traction on the slopes in the 160. I know that these are often used in snow removal on mountains. Curtis, can you tell us a little bit more about the all-wheel drive capabilities?
Hey, buddy, I'm from Arizona, so I'm not messing around with any of the snow stuff. I don't do with that cold stuff. But this all-wheel drive function on this, it's hydraulically powering these front tires, making it very, very attractive effort I got on it, man. It's awesome. It also has what's called the creep mode on it. The creep mode, I can disengage the tandems, only run my front drive tires, the hydraulic motors in those really sticky situations where I need to go really slow. It's a fantastic system, right?
That's cool, man. Sounds like some really great options and choices for the operator. Can you give us some details on some of the other features?
Some of the other features that's really nice on this grader, we talked about the all-wheel drive. by far is probably my favorite. We've got e-fence. The e-fence is when you enable e-fence, you're letting the so where it won't come in contact with the front tires and rear tires. So it's helping me out that way. The other part on part of e-fence that's helping me as well is it won't let me bring my board up into the bottom of the link bar, so it's helping me out in there as well. Some of the other features that's fantastic in here is going to be the massless system, the 3D massless system with the 2 receivers and the radio in the cab. It's a great, at the touch of a button, I've got all the lines, all the configurations, everything off of this machine.
That's so cool. Man, Chad, I remember in 2020 you talking about the massless system. Remind me why that's so important.
Yeah, no, it's a great comment. So, I mean, honestly, Cat grade control has been a total game changer, and it gets smarter and smarter every single week, it seems like. With the old system on the motor grader, it worked out great. It gave the operator the capability to utilize a 3D design, and then he could see where he's at on the job site, so on and so forth. However, we had to have the mass on either side of the moldboard in order to get a really good reading from our GPS signal. Now we've got the massless system. So we've eliminated that, and so we've given operators like Curtis the ability to completely have total functionality of that moldboard and do things like he's doing right now. Little high bank in action. Nice job, you desert rat. That's beautiful, my friend. Excellent. So we've given him the ability to do that, and he still has full 3D capability. It's a really, really great system for our customers.
Oh, I love hearing about that. I see the 299 is still out there. Will, can you tell us more about the 299 before you get out of here?
Yeah, Rut. So right now, coming out, I switched attachments. I got my bucket on, and let's talk about the cab a little bit. So I got more legroom. That's number one. Also, we got ride control with torsion suspension, all that fancy stuff. So in here all day long, it's going to improve ride a lot.
Yeah, I know that makes a big difference. I mean, long hour days, you're trying to save wear on everybody and everything. Now, quality parts are so critical to a car's performance. How does that translate to Caterpillar machinery, Chad?
Well, you know, they say a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. So if we were to put, you know, a very weak part or an aftermarket third-party part on our machine, then we're only as strong as what that is. Do we really trust those folks? Do we know how they've gone with their quality control? Well, the answer is no, we don't. But with Caterpillar genuine parts, we do know. We use the same type of materials that we would use in the machine itself. We use the same rigorous testing, and it's matched to Caterpillar components. So you know it's going to fit, top quality parts. It's a really, really nice system. And even better than that, Mr. Rutledge, you can go to parts.cat.com, and you can go there and you can find basically any part that you might need. And in the palm of your hand, you can have that same capability with the Cat Central app. It's really a beautiful scenario. And let's say you don't have any of those. You don't have access to parts.cat.com, and you don't have the Central app. Just go to your machine inside the cab, or in some scenarios, it's behind an engine compartment. And there's a QR code, and you scan that code, and it'll basically take you to a platform page for your machine. And from there, you can find anything you want to know. What are my service intervals? What are my part numbers, et cetera, et cetera. It's a good situation, making it quicker and easier for the customers. It's a really nice thing. And one more thing, my friend Rut, we also have CVAs. So
remind me, what's a CVA?
Well, let me just tell you, my friend. CVA, Customer Value Agreement, is a great situation for our dealers to help our customers stay productive in the field. So there's so many customers out there where, you know, they're not necessarily a one-man band, or maybe they've got 300 machines in their fleet. Our dealer can work with them and help them make sure that their machines are staying up and running. And that could be something as simple as we're going to grease and fuel every single day, or maybe we're monitoring your fleet from afar and we see a potential error coming down the pipe. You might want to check on this. So basically a CVA, it is absolutely key to uptime.
Yeah, absolutely. And what about the people who want to do it themselves?
We love those folks. We've learned more from the DIYers, if you will, than probably anyone else. So we give them folks a self-service option. It works out absolutely wonderful. It's a total repair solution in one convenient package. You got genuine cat parts, you got service instructions, you got recommended tooling, and then of course you've got technical support if you need it. All either over the counter or online.
Amazing. If you're just walking by right now, you're watching our job site demo. Chad, there's a ton of options there for easy maintenance and repair. But I feel like there's still more, isn't there?
There's always more, my friend. You know, at the end of the day, all these beautiful yellow pieces of equipment, they work in really harsh environments. They're working, 365 days a year in any kind of weather condition, rock, sand, all kinds of abrasion. So you're going to have failures. That's just all there is to it. CAT has developed the general use kits. So basically it's a case of about 70% of the most used items when it comes to like hardware and seals and fasteners and washers. So you could throw that in your pickup truck or throw it in your service truck, or heck, you could throw it in the machine. And if you have an issue, you've got almost everything you need right there with you. It works out really great. And one more than that, we've got CAT upgrade kits. I think this is my favorite part, for your DIY or dealer installed option, whichever you prefer. So that it's basically a general term to level up your machine's performance, safety, and comfort with a CAT upgrade kit. And when it comes to upgrading, there's no better way than to upgrade your safety with a general use kit, my friend.
That's awesome. I see my man Steve over there in the 259 D3. It looks like you're making everything nice and neat by doing a little cleanup there, buddy.
Yeah, we're trying to make it a little nice. I'll tell you what, these machines are a lot more user-friendly now. Like they were saying earlier, these cabs are a lot bigger too. You got about 3 more inches in there for a bigger guy for his knees. It's also got vertical lift, which gives you about 121 inches. So if you need to load some trucks or do some heavy or high lifting, you can actually use these machines for that now. They're pretty durable and easy to use, as you can see.
When you can fit a CrossFitter from Montana who was in mining for as long as Steve was, I think it says something personally. We talked a lot about the features that are now standard on the 160, but Alex, can you talk about the new 317 features?
Yep, I sure can, Rut. So this 317, this thing is loaded up. So my good buddy Brian, he talked about next-gen excavators a little while ago. We talked about what's standard on them, right? So this 317, it's no different than that 335. It comes standard with that same 2D technology, the same assist technology. But what's really cool about that technology is you'll see I have this tilt rotator on here. This is our CAT TRS-14, all that technology, it even still works with this tilt rotator. So whether I need to use payload, I need to use assist, I need to use e-fence, whatever I want to do, it even works with this cool tilt rotator. So if you need the system like this for your job site, you're interested in putting a tilt rotator on your next-gen excavator, you definitely can't help yourself but look no further than the CAT system, because it's going to integrate perfectly into this machine. So there's no extra display in here for it, there's no extra wiring harness on the machine. The tilt rotator, it fully integrates into this excavator. So the CAT solution really is the best way to go, Rut. I tell you what, this thing is absolutely a joy to run as well.
It's just fun to watch you work that machine, man. Now, those are some pretty interesting attachments. What else does CAT have, Chad?
Well, I tell you what, one thing, I've been with CAT for 21 years now, Rut. One of my favorite things about this company is when there's a need, we go after it. And what I mean by that is we've got a dedicated work tool division, and that is literally all these folks do. They eat, sleep, and drink work tools. So when I say work tool, I mean specifically like the TRS we're looking there, or maybe the bucket on the 335, or maybe the cutting edge on the motor grader you saw earlier. These folks, they understand work tools, they understand abrasive material, and they understand the situations that our customers are in every single day. So digging down in South Florida is way different than digging in the potato dirt in the Midwest, or even much different than out west as well. So they understand that, and they build specific work tool attachments and or GET, ground engaging tools, to make sure that our customers are keeping their machines up and running at all time. They have over 35 different product families, from augers to buckets to thumbs, and the list goes on and on. I could literally talk all day about that.
It's amazing, really. It always feels like they've thought about everything. Now, there's so many machine options. What about those who are looking to acquire a machine?
Yeah, when it comes to thinking about everything, again, I'm super happy to say I work for CAT because they do a great job of that. So if you walk in the door at a CAT dealership and you're looking to buy a machine, Caterpillar's got financing options that our dealers leverage. So we've got low rates. Obviously, any kind of financial term is that's feasible out there. Flexible financing, I should say. And they also have, the new CAT card. But let's say maybe you only need a machine for a little while. So I guess I would reference the rental store. All of our CAT dealers have a rental store within reason, and if you don't know for sure if they have one, all you have to do is call 1-800-RENT-CAT. You can get that product you need, get the job done, and move on. At the end of the day, let's say you still want to buy a machine, so you still have a need to use it. The usability of the machine is higher than you would need for like a rental scenario, but you're not really interested in buying that brand new product. We've got certified CAT used. Most of these machines were in the rental fleet. Caterpillar selects them, they inspect them, and then obviously they're protected to make sure that our customers are getting a valuable product right out of the gate. Over and above that, we've got CAT certified rebuild. And then we've got, CAT Reman, 45 to 85% of the cost of a new product with a 12-month warranty. We have absolute choices when it comes to purchasing, Rut.
I love that. You know what else I love? Did you see all the people in the front row taking pictures of that tilt rotator?
It's pretty cool.
That's a good feeling, isn't it? Now, this really ties in nicely to VisionLink. What's the biggest difference between VisionLink and VisionLink productivity?
So that's a really, really good question. VisionLink, you can look at it like this. You want to know the health of your machine or your fleet. So every one of these products, they have VisionLink. They have that capability to send information back in regards to machine health. We can monitor it. You can wrap that up in your CVA and work with your local dealer and figure out what works best for you. You can monitor it yourself as well. Also, you talked about VisionLink productivity. We've talked about payload. We've talked about grade. We've got all these crazy statistical numbers that these machines are gathering for us. Well, CAT understands that, and they've done a great job of gathering that data and then providing it to the customer to make sure they can make on-timed, intelligent decisions on their fleet. So for example, if this was a job that we bid, maybe 2 years ago, because sometimes that happens.
Sure.
We bid it a long time ago and the weather's changed and maybe even the scope of work has changed slightly, but we still need to move X amount of material per day, per week, per month. With this VisionLink productivity, we know where we're at. We also know where we're at with fuel burn, because I don't know if you're aware of this, but fuel's gone up a little bit in the last handful of years. Yes. So that's what VisionLink productivity does for you, my friend.
I like it. So much going on. Now, it looks like we're getting pretty close to done.
Absolutely.
John, where are you?
He's a-coming. Here he comes.
I'm coming, Rut.
I knew it. Did I ever tell you about the time a friend of mine met Troy Aikman?
I heard he's a pretty good dude.
That's what everybody said. It looks like you're getting comfy there in the CS11 GC.
One of my favorite machines, Rut.
Tell me why.
Because you don't really have to do a whole lot. These machines almost just drive themselves.
I love that. I mean,
we have some technology features that definitely helps my job out, Rutledge. So we got CMV, so compaction meter value. So what that is, it's an accelerometer-based measurement system that just gives me an indication of soil stiffness. It's available on our soil and asphalt vibratory compactors. So whenever I engage the vibrator, which I'm not going to do right here because I got yelled at the other day because I about broke some glass. So when I engage that vibrator, it gives me real-time compaction value data. And what that does is it just helps me make sure I'm meeting my compaction goals.
Absolutely. You know what I love, Rut? Again, we've talked about how Caterpillar does a great job of putting dedicated people in the right spot. We have a group called the Caterpillar Paving Products Group. They're over there in Paving Alley. I encourage you to go take a gander at them. These folks, they know what's going on. They know the score, as they say. They have dedicated mills, paving products, rollers. But what I really love is if you go talk to the experts, they have something called the new 3-dimensional screed plate, and it's a true market innovator which delivers higher density and smoother roads. And Rut, you ever found a smooth road you didn't like?
I have not yet. No.
Okay, well, then you want Cat Paving Products, that is for sure.
That's right. Now, John, I got a question. How long have you been with Caterpillar?
Man, that's kind of a balled-up question there, Rut. So I started at the current job I'm in now. I started out here in 2018, but I actually worked for PPG, which is one of Caterpillar's R&D facilities over in Peoria, Illinois. I worked for them for about 9 years before I came out to Edwards.
Man, it's so cool. I love thinking about how many people from all over the world y'all get to train and introduce to some of the products. Tell me about CMV and MDP. Chad, did we dip into those at all?
Yeah, so CMV, Rut, that's that compaction meter value I did talk about, but I didn't get a chance to talk about MDP. So a lot of acronyms, I apologize. It's kind of a mouthful as well, but machine drive power. So what machine drive power does, it's an energy-based measurement system that measures rolling resistance. So just measuring the rolling resistance that the machine's actually, of the material the machine's actually going through. And again, it just provides that indicator to help me determine those compaction values. Also, what you can add to that is a dual GNS or a CB460 or a reference screen, so that GPS monitor, which will give that operator that visual. So ensuring I'm covering the entire job site, making sure I'm putting the proper passes and patterns on that material that I'm compacting, and also getting a newer operator in these machines. Usually the new guy runs the compactor. It gives you that visual reference. So reducing the rework, right? So saving a little bit of money on the bottom line.
I like it, man. I like it. It's incredible how quickly these machines managed to build all this, but creating this demo took months of preparation, so you can only imagine how much effort it takes to create one of these machines. Here's a glimpse into what's next for Caterpillar.
Yeah, Caterpillar is providing products and solutions needed, integrating renewable power with smart energy storage and conventional diesel or gas-fueled power generation.
All right, and one of the latest innovations is right here.
Today and in the future, we want to provide more choices with expanded machine options. Caterpillar continues to expand our product lineup by bringing innovation to the market. Battery electric machines like the 301.9 mini excavator. We're building on our legacy with an eye on the future. More choices for your job, more choices, your machine, and choices for your power.
This is so exciting, Chad. And to learn more about all four of the prototype battery electric machines and Caterpillar's improvements in efficiency across the line, visit our sustainability hub and talk to our experts firsthand.
And about that hub, I want to mention one quick thing, Rut. You might have noticed there's solar panels outside on that hub. These solar panels are creating the energy that is being stored to charge this 301.9 electric prototype. And we do that every single night.
Let's give these operators a round of applause, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed our job site demo. Up next, you'll have a chance to see these machines up close and personal in the dirt at 3:30 p.m. Make sure you check in for the big ticket giveaway for your chance to win a Cat hat. In the meantime, check out our technology, services, and sustainability hubs.
You know, Rut, I want to mention one quick thing. Each one of these guys, again, they are amazing operators. It's not easy to narrate and run machines or walk and chew gum, as they say, but these guys do a bang-up job. And how about a quick round of applause for the operators, please?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Well done, fellas.
Great job, gentlemen. Rut, over 1,600 hours of dry run practice for these demos. These guys have poured their hearts and soul into it, my friend.
Amazing. They're the best of the best, that's for sure.
You better believe it.
Everybody, hope you enjoyed this job site demo. We've got action happening every single day this week. Make sure you go check out the different hubs, get registered for that big ticket giveaway. Chad, nice job.
To my friend, he looked fresh as a daisy considering all the travel you've done.
Woo!